Hey guys, it's Monday morning. Now, normally we do some retouching on Monday morning, bookkeeping, and actually all the stuff that you normally do on a free day. Well, normally people, of course, on a free day go to the beach or whatever, but when you're an entrepreneur, you have your own business, mostly the free days are the days where you do the stuff that you don't do while you're shooting. Now, in the vlog yesterday, you saw that we did a photo shoot with a cosplay group. You also saw that we run long days, meaning we start at around 8 o'clock in the studio and often we are home at about 6 or 7. So today there are no clients, there's no workshop, so that means that I can finally do some retouching, because when you're home late you don't have the time for retouching anymore, and to be honest I don't feel like it anymore. I'm tired, I just want to kick back, watch a movie with my wife and son and just enjoy an evening. So on the Monday we actually have time to do all the work. Now the most important thing for me on the Monday is that I actually do all the work. So I don't have any back retouching, or what I mean with that is I don't have any work laying around. So on Tuesday I want to start with a clean slate. I want to make sure that there's no work. So I'm going to show you now the setup that I'm going to do my retouching on and explain a little bit how I work. So like most of you, I'm doing my retouching on a Wacom, and as you can see I've done a lot of retouching on this one because it's almost like a mirror. You can almost see my screen. So we're now looking at something else, and maybe a Cintiq. So I would love to use a Cintiq. And my main monitor is a BenQ. It's a 27 inch. I really love the monitor. Really good color and very affordable. Now next to it we have a monitor where normally my social media and email is, and on top, as you can see, we have a monitor that's actually the third monitor, and we're using VLC player there, and I'm normally watching some Discovery or, well, National Geographic or whatever. I just love to watch stuff during retouching. I'm not big on music during retouching, but I just love to see stuff. And of course my main computer is a Mac Pro. So my workflow normally is I do all my raw conversions in Capture One, and then I go straight into Photoshop. So I'll show you some stuff when it's done later on. So see you guys. Okay, I've done my selection from the cosplay group. Now normally I try to do these selections pretty fast. An image really has to jump out like pick me, because those are the images that will actually catch your eyes. Now sometimes it's very hard for a group or a stylist to realize that there can be whole setups where there's actually no good image. And one of the advices I always give people: if there are no good images in a set, learn from it, but don't select an image because you have to shoot that set. Now we were very lucky and we have at least one image that's great from each set. Now how many images do I select? Well, I try to select a maximum of 2 images per set, sometimes 3. And the reason for this is very simple. You have one set. Now do you need 3, 4, 5 or whatever, how many images from that set? It's better to concentrate on one image and really deliver that image to your client top notch, totally retouched and very good. Then select, let's say, 3 images and you have one killer image and 2 that are okay. Because the weird thing is, often people will remember the okay shots and will forget about the great shots. So you better show them only the great shots. So let's see which images we selected. Now these images are straight out of the computer. I'm now showing you Capture One. So of course the color checker, we have some, I don't know how the characters are named, but some with a dragon and a duo shoot. Those are just for the girls themselves. So we have one more classic, and with some backlighting and a dragon. She wanted some green. This is my favorite series, I think, with the Vampire Hunter from Helsing. So I tried some different lighting, some backlighting. Of course it's very tricky to get both of them totally correctly lit. So these are real action shots, and so it's more than just being a model. You really have to pose and you really have to tell the story. Wide angle shot, group shot, it was just fun, somewhere in between. And in this case we were just looking for something that somehow the image didn't look well, so we just included the head of a bear over here. And that really made the shot for me. And these are just having fun. So this is again one with a big dress. And here we have Storm from the X-Men. Red Riding Hood. As you can see, they loved smoke, so we used a lot of smoke for them. Some sword action and some karate. This one was a really amazing suit. So what I'm gonna do after this, so I now made my selection, and what I will actually do is start retouching. So I'll go straight from Capture One into Photoshop. Now the images are still stored in Lightroom, of course, because Lightroom is where my catalog is. But I love the raw conversion from Capture One, so that's actually where we do our raw conversion and go into Photoshop. So when I'm done, I'm going to show you the end results, and of course you can also see those on social media. Now besides the cosplayer, of course I also have to do some other shoots, like we still have one from Rosa, Puka, a client, and after that I'm gonna do the cosplayers. But I want to show you some images from Puka and explain to you some stuff that we did during that workshop, which was actually a small flash workshop where we used bear strobes and the rogue material, of course, and I really love those, the flash benders and the grid. So let's look at some images and I tell you, well, some tips about those. Okay, so I've just finished the retouching of Puka. Now this was shot actually with a bear strobe and a 5-in-1 reflector. Now a lot of people ask me, what is a 5-in-1 reflector? It's actually a reflector that gives you a gold area, silver, black and a white area. But if you take it off, often in the middle there's a diffusion panel. Now what we used here is actually a bear strobe, so speed light, through that diffusion material. So you get a really nice soft quality of light. Here the same thing, what we converted it to black and white. This is one strobe just using backlighting, a technique that I really like to do. And here you see the same thing from a low angle. I love the lens flare over here, just gives a real atmosphere to the shot. This is the rogue the rogue grid set. Now one of the most important things for me is styling is of course important, but most of all expression. And as you can see here, Puka is a champ with her expression. So that really takes the shots from normal to wow. And if you convert them in black and white, they're actually awesome. I love this one in black and white because it really draws the attention to her eyes. And to a little bit more wide angle, and this is a more extreme wide angle. So I'm now going to do some more retouching, and when I'm done with the cosplay I will actually show you some of those final images. And by the way, one of the things we now have to do is get these images online, because if they're just on my hard drive, well, nobody will see them. So we'll put them on social media. Okay, we just got a phone call and we have to bring the RV in to a guy that will actually put a big sticker on the back. We recently got a sticker printed at FIFA Labs in Lelystad. And well, it has to be on the back of the RV before the UK tour. So I'm going to show you now where the sticker is. So this is the sticker, and with all due respect, I don't want to put it on myself, right, Anouk?
No, it's too big.
Too big. So we're now going to bring the sticker to the guy and the RV to the guy, and he's going to put it in, right?
Yeah, here's the key, open the gate.
Okay. So we arrived at the location and we have to go there. And it's always fun if somebody parks his car, in this case his truck, like this. So Anouk is now going inside to find the chauffeur of the truck and to see if they can move the truck so we can actually get into the building. So we got it inside and then I'm going to put the sticker on. So let's see how that works out.
Kijk hoe breed die is.
61.
Is die plas niet precies of moeten die nog...
Hij zou precies moeten passen.
Nou, er zit aan elke kant 1 centimeter of zo. Dus,
Oh, oké, dus dat...
Maar...
Spraying water.
Yeah.
So they can reposition the sticker.
Je kent het spul wel dus.
Ja.
Okay, I'm done for today retouching because we have a dinner date and a movie night with a friend of us. And I'm almost done with the cosplay session. All the other stuff is done. So we did our clients, we did Rosa and Puka, of course, as you did see before. We did the RV. I actually had to went to the doctor because I have an inflammation on my Achilles heel. So I have to be very careful the next 2 days because of the upcoming UK tour. So I'm going to show you very quickly the images we did for the cosplayers that are already finished. Okay, here you see capture 1 with some of the images, and of course you will see them better on social media. But you get a pretty good idea, I think, about what we did. So I love this one, really paint-free effect. Some backlighting. This one turned out pretty well with all the green. I love this series. It's like the Van Helsing, and I don't know, I just love it. And I played around a little bit with the colors, like with the red hair, a little bit of more bluish in the shadows. So this one is real action-like, and that's one of the important things. Make sure that your models know how to pose and a little bit how to act. So one of the group shots. And as you can see, they're not very much different from the ones that are straight out of the camera, but it's all about the color and a little bit of the, how do you call it, of the extra detail, the extra pop. Of course I'm using Fun Intensify on all these shots just to make them a little bit more pop. So there we have Storm again and Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, so I really love this one. Got a little bit of a manga feel on it in the end result. And this one is just awesome. See, it's so much fun. Okay guys, so I'm now heading home, having dinner and a nice movie night. And we'll do a new vlog tomorrow. Okay guys, so I'm heading home now, but before that I want to thank you so very much for the support we get from you guys on this new vlog. I never expected it to be this much fun, to be totally honest. Now, a lot of people ask me, why do you do Patreon? Well, Patreon is actually like a tip bar. Like if you are in a restaurant and the waitress takes good care of you, you give her a tip, right? Patreon is something like that. I don't want to do something like a PayPal button on my website, so we decided to start Patreon. Now on Patreon what you can do is actually you pledge to a certain social media guy, like in this case me, who supplies you guys with free stuff. Like our social media blogs, posts, our blog posts, our information, digital classroom, quite frankly, this blog, and of course the Doorhof is always open, that kind of stuff. And you can choose whatever you want. You can start with $1 or $5 or $10, and actually up to 10 or after 10 you get some nice benefits from us, like a one-on-one Skype call or whatever. So, thanks to Patreon, we hope in the future that we can give you a lot more free material. And we don't have to charge for anything. Except, of course, the instructional videos we bring out. So, head over to Patreon. You will see the slide now. And support our work and make sure that we can continue giving you guys free stuff. So, thank you so very much for your support and the great responses on this vlog. And, well, I will continue doing this. Thank you so very much. And by the way, if you miss something in the vlog, just let me know in the comments below here. And we'll actually start adding those parts. Or what you like for example, do you like more tips in it? Or do you want to see even more stuff? Just let me know and we'll incorporate whatever is possible. So thanks for watching and see you in the next vlog.